Hi, Epic Recaps here, and today I am going to explain to you a 2016 mystery thriller titled, The Invisible Guest. If you want to be spoiled, keep watching. The movie opens, and a prestigious defense attorney named Virginia Goodman is on her way to meet with a successful businessman, Adrian Doria, who is out on bail after being arrested for the murder of his lover. Sent by his lawyer Felix Leyva, Virginia arrives with the news that the prosecutor has found a witness who will be testifying in front of a judge soon. The pair have 3 hours to come up with a rock-solid defense, and Virginia urges her client to tell her the whole truth. Adrian begins by telling Virginia how he and Laura ended their affair months ago, but received a call blackmailing them to come to a rural hotel with €100,000. At the hotel, he was knocked unconscious, and awoke to find Laura, dead on the bathroom floor. With the door and the windows locked from inside, the police determined Adrian to be the only suspect. Adrian then narrates further back, explaining how he claimed to be in Paris for work, but was really in a cabin with his lover Laura. As they drive back to Barcelona, Adrian swerves to avoid a deer, clipping another car, which then hits a tree. Although they are unhurt, the driver of the other car, a bank employee named Daniel Garrido, is killed. Laura tries to rationalize that it is not entirely their fault, since Daniel was texting, and not wearing his seatbelt. When another car approaches, Laura pushes Daniel's body down across the passenger's seat, and she and Adrian pretend to exchange insurance information. She answers Daniel's phone when it rings, to continue the ruse, and the other driver leaves, not noticing the pool of blood on the ground. The pair split up with Laura waiting for a tow truck in Adrian's car, which will not start. Meanwhile, Adrian dumps Daniel's car in a lake after placing his body in the trunk. When Laura arrives and picks up Adrian, she appears upset when she tells him how she managed to get his car repaired. She explains that an automotive engineer by the name of Tomas drove by and offered to help Laura, telling him she'd hit a deer. Tomas offers to tow Adrian's car to his house to fix it. While talking to Tomas's wife Elvira, Laura saw some family photographs and realized Daniel Garrido was their son. When Laura got into Adrian's car to leave, she adjusted the driver's seat, which she thinks aroused Tomas's suspicion as to the identity of the driver. After Adrian sells his car and reports it stolen, he parts ways with Laura, ending their affair for good. A few days following the accident, Adrian is summoned to the police station, as Tomas has reported his plate number to the police. Felix arranges for a false alibi for Adrian in Paris, and bribes the police to remove his name from the Garrido case file. When the news reports that Daniel is on the run after embezzling money from the bank, Adrian confronts Laura, who admits that she took Daniel's wallet when they put his body in the trunk, and later hacked into Daniel's account and stole the money. He tells her that what she did is wrong, and Laura threatens to frame him too if he went to the police. Adrian attempts to put Laura in the past, and focusing on his family life and career, he is named European Businessman of the Year. Meanwhile, the Garridos have a difficult time coping with their son's death. At the awards banquet, Tomas appears, posing as a reporter during the ceremony to confront him. Tomas notices that Adrian pulls out the same cigarette lighter he saw when fixing the car. As security guards arrive to remove him, he begs the businessman to tell him where his son's body is in order to give him a proper burial. A few days later, Adrian receives a photo of a lake, with instructions to take Laura to the rural hotel with €100,000. Adrian thinks the blackmailer may be the driver they first encountered just after the accident, and followed Adrian as he dumped the car into the lake. Back in the present, Virginia suggests that in order to save himself, Adrian could claim he saw the face of the man who hit him in the rural hotel room, and that the attacker was Tomas. Adrian then reveals he has always known it was Tomas, as he did see his face, but he didn't say it because he was testing her skills as a defense lawyer. Virginia suggests planting an item belonging to Laura in the trunk of Daniel's car, and claiming she acted alone. Adrian then confesses that as he was pushing the car into the lake, Daniel woke up, as he was only unconscious and not dead. Virginia is visibly shocked, but she states she will not reveal this to the judge. Virginia says Laura's medical records show she was suffering from anxiety, likely from a guilty conscience, and suggests Adrian is lying to make it seem like Laura was the mastermind behind their deceit. Regardless of what she believes, she says it appears as if Tomas framed him because Elvira works at the rural hotel where Laura's body was found, and that's why the Garridos chose that specific place for the rendezvous. Elvira could have easily unlocked the window for her husband to escape after killing Laura, and later locked the window, making it seem like nobody else came in. Virginia says Tomas has been stalking Adrian, Felix, and even herself, and points to an apartment across the street, where Tomas is lurking. She continues to push Adrian, who finally admits that he killed Laura and staged the entire scene. Felix phones and leaves a message on Adrian's home voicemail, urging him to call back as he was unable to reach him on his cell phone. Virginia suggests he return Felix's call as they take a quick 10-minute break, and she exits the apartment with great urgency. Adrian meanwhile turns on his cell phone and calls Felix back, who informs him that the prosecution's witness is indeed the other driver, but his silence was successfully bought. As Felix questions how the meeting with Virginia is going, the call is getting disturbed with high-pitched tones, and Adrian discovers that the pen she gave him contained a device, and that their entire conversation was recorded. He recalls Virginia turning off his phone previously, realizing it was to prevent Felix from reaching him, and when he goes through her notes, he sees that it's filled with blank pages. Looking up into the apartment across the street, he sees Tomas, who is now standing next to Virginia. She stares at him, and pulling off her mask, reveals herself to be Elvira Garrido in disguise. Using the confession Elvira coerced from him, Tomas calls the police, as the real Virginia Goodman arrives at Adrian's apartment. The end. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a comment down below. For more movie recaps, don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. See you next time.